Welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. Today we're going to be having a look at AVAX. If you haven't watched our higher time frame video, make sure you go and check that out. Let's get into the price. Okay, within our higher time frame video, we talked about a couple of things that we are looking for here in the medium term. Now, we were talking about a couple of possibilities of the diagonal to the downside, as well as looking at some of the other alternatives where we could actually be looking for a flat correction to the upside, where we could see something more along these lines, where we could be looking for this as an A, B, and a C to the upside. This is also still viable here. There is also the potential that we could be stuck in a bigger triangle here, and we could be even looking to form this E wave here. So we're going to go over the counts and talk about the shorter term stuff. And like I said, if you haven't checked that video out, check it out for more information on what we're talking about here. So in the shorter term here, what I'm tracking is the potential that what we could have within this area here is a ABC to the upside. So if we are looking for this as a simple A, B, and a C to the upside, what we'd be looking for is a potential to move up towards this 1-to-1 area here. If we did move up higher up towards this 1-6-1-8, we could also argue that we have that potential of an impulse. So now within this count, there's a couple of ways I'm looking at it. We could also potentially even have a smaller triangle here, in which case what we'd be looking for is that this could be an A, B, and then we could actually be looking to complete the C wave to the downside. So invalidation of this idea as a triangle actually comes here by crossing this 1388, and if we do actually move down past this level, that would invalidate this possibility as a triangle. But at the moment, what I'm looking for is the potential that we do have that possibility of this as an A, a B, and then we'd be looking for this C wave to the downside. So that 1-to-1 would actually bring us right into that invalidation. We have actually come down already to this 0.854. So what I'd want to see is if we get a reaction from this zone and then look to move up. If we are looking to form a triangle here, what we would be looking for is a three-wave move to the upside, followed by a additional three-wave move to the downside. Now that would be looking at this as a potential triangle. We're going to go into the internal count of this now. So if we were arguing that we're in the final leg of this as a triangle, and we're looking at this as a C wave here, what we'd be looking for is the potential that this is 1, 2, 3. Now we're looking for a fourth wave here, and it is possible that this fourth wave could have actually completed already over here. Now if this is the case, this would change our target area slightly, and we'd be looking for a move down here towards this 1433 to this 1403. However, it is also possible that within this triangle, what we could be seeing here is the potential of a flat correction. So we need to be on the lookout for the possibility that this move here could actually develop into a bigger 5-wave move, which could then actually look to bring us back up here towards the zone of this 1567, which would be quite an interesting area because we would have this swing high here within this region. Alternatively, if we do look to push up to the upside again in one more 5-wave move, I would still be keeping an eye on these heights here as a potential triple top, in which case we could still look to break down from there. If this move starts to develop to the upside and we start to break back above the 1604, the idea of this being a fourth wave becomes more unlikely, and we would be arguing then that potentially we could have actually completed, though the internals here would suggest that if we are looking to complete, that we still have some downside to come here. And at the moment I am still treating this potentially as a flat, but if we break down one more time and we break down into this target box area, then it's possible that within this we could have already corrected enough to complete that move. Now this all ties into coming back into this yellow box here, and now within this yellow box what we do have is we have a weekly naked point of control as well as a daily naked point of control. One thing I am also looking out for here is the potential to actually swing fail this low. So if we did get a move down here and we swing fail this low, that would invalidate that idea of the triangle, but it would make a lot of sense from a liquidity play point of view to actually sweep this low before looking to move to the upside. Now, if we are looking at this as a ABC where we are not looking at a triangle, and we sweep this low, then I would rather be looking at this move in this manner, where we actually look at this move as an A wave to the upside. This is a WX and a Y, so it'll be the same sort of idea, looking at this as an ABC pattern to the downside. That 1-to-1 where we'd be looking for a Y wave would actually be lower down here towards this 1313. So if we do look to actually break down here again for this as a fifth wave, this could potentially be a target we look for. Alternatively, if we want to argue that, like this is A, B, and C, if we fail to move away from this zone, what I would be looking for is still the potential to come down towards this 1360. Now, this would also tie into this idea of coming back into this golden pocket area here, which is sitting at this 1415 to this 1381. So this would be quite an interesting zone to keep an eye on if we do move down here in a 5-wave move, either directly from this point, or alternatively, if we get another move to the upside here and then move down, I would still be looking for the potential to come back into this zone and have a look at some of these lower target areas that we have here. So this would be quite interesting as a target. Like I said, we've got the 1-to-1 of the Y wave, which is here in yellow, this 1313. We also have the teal ABC 1-to-1, which is here at this 1360, and then we have this higher area here where we have this golden pocket. It would make a lot of sense to come into this zone even if we are looking to move to the upside. So if we are looking for upside potential here, what we would be looking for then is that this would be our A wave. We'd be looking for this B wave to the downside here, and then looking for the C wave to the upside. Like I said in the previous example, as long as this is not a triangle, this could potentially look to form this move here as a 1-to-1, which would be a B, and C. And if we are not a triangle, we can argue that this could be wave 1, in which case our third wave target would be this 4739. So we'd have to see a bigger 5-wave move to the upside, something like this, fourth and then a fifth wave to the upside. So this would be looking for a bigger 5-wave sequence off these lows. Now, because of the fact that we have that possibility of a triangle, which could be completed, as we talked about in the macro video, where we were looking at this as a medium time frame triangle here, where we were looking at this as from further back here, A, B, C, D, and E. Now, if this is the case, what we could actually do is we could actually start to break down here in a bigger way, where this becomes 1, 2. This would have to become another 1 and a 2, and then we'd be looking to break down in a bigger way off of this low. Now, we also need to be aware that if we just remain range bound within this area here, which would be between this zone of this D wave here, which is sitting towards this area here of the 1384, and this high of this E wave here of this 2158, what we could see is the potential to just form 3-wave moves in here. So if we do form a single 3-wave move to the upside that fails to take this high, this could in fact become a C wave here, in which case we'd be looking for that potential of a D and then possibly that E wave to the upside and then looking to break down. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. If we just get 3-wave structure up, this would actually also tie into coming into this yellow box area which we have here, which has a monthly naked point of control within it, as well as a daily naked point of control, as well as this higher range here, which would have a daily and a weekly naked point of control if we are just looking at this as a triangle. Though we cannot swing fail this high here at this 2161 if this is in fact a triangle. So this is what we're looking at within this area. We have a couple of options. If we start to react to the upside here, we would need to see how we react. If we get a single 5-wave move to the upside, which actually comes and takes this high, then potentially what we could be looking for is that we are starting this next leg where this becomes A, B, and C. If, however, we just get a 3-wave structure up, we'd need to be careful because this could actually mean that we are forming a triangle in this manner. So the other way that we can discuss this is if we are looking at that possibility that this E wave actually completed into this high, we could actually start to break down. Now, if we're looking to break down, what we could actually see is something more along these lines. We actually get this as a bigger impulse to the downside. And what we're looking for within this is the potential to actually come and take out these lows. Now, these would be looking to actually bring us down past this 1055 area. And what we'd be looking for is potentially a target towards this zone of this 1013 to this 941. So the way that I'm currently looking at this is that effectively, if we are looking at this as a potential breakdown, as an impulse, we would have to treat this as a potential 1, 2 here. This would be 1, 2, 3. We'd be looking for this fourth and this fifth wave. Once this fifth wave develops, what we'd have to be careful of is we'd be looking for a move to the upside. Now, if we get a three-wave move to the upside, which fails to break the 1691, and we maintain this high up here of the 1785, we could see continuation to the downside. Now, that continuation would be in a five-wave move, and what we'd be looking for if we came up back into the 0.618 area, which would be here towards this 1633 to this 1620, would be a continuation to the downside, looking for this area of this 1123 as a target for this third wave in blue here. So if we do break down in that manner, what we'd then be getting is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'd get another fourth and a fifth. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. If we just form another fifth wave down here, we could actually, just get a reversal from that point. However, as long as we remain below this area here of the 1691 to this 1572, I would be on the lookout for that potential to come back down here and actually sweep through some of these levels here, and then look to push down in a bigger way here. So if we are looking for that potential of a breakdown here, what this could mean is that we still actually have this target area here where, if I just come onto the daily, we could still potentially see a move down here towards this 825 to this 549 as a typical area that we'd be looking for, as well as that we do have the 0.618, which is sitting of the wave 1 to 3. So this would be an interesting area if we are not completed here to the downside. Now, also one thing that we need to bear in mind is because we have that possibility of a diagonal pattern where we're looking for something like this, what we could actually see within this is that if we do start to break down in a bigger way, we would have to potentially start looking at the possibility that this could have been a wave too high in here, where we would be looking at this as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'd be looking for that possibility of a three-wave move up and then continuation to the downside in a five-wave move for this wave 3. So forming a three-wave structure, 3 waves up, 3 waves back down, and that could actually look to push us down deeper into some of these lower areas here. Now, an area of interest that we have lower down here is between this area of the 612 to this 448 as well, because we have some daily naked points of control within here and a weekly naked points of control. So this could be quite an interesting area if we do look to break down here. Even though those bearish scenarios are available, really, as long as we maintain this low here of this 1056 and this support box that we have here of this 1550 to this 1243, we do have that potential for a reversal to the upside. So I'll be keeping an eye on this lower range of this 1243. If we start to lose 1243, it becomes less likely we are going to see continuation to the upside, and it becomes more likely we're actually going to break down in a bigger way. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Everyone have a great day. See you in the next one.